Our Backyard Farmer Garden is actually a part of a larger series of gardens that we do talk about on occasion. So this week, let's take a look at the Vasco garden, which is older, and it's the perennials at the top of the hill and a handful of shrubs. We have some work to do with adding additional plants into that garden, and we're looking at a little bit of winter kill, but it is really constant in our Backyard Farmer garden arrangement. We also have the rain chain, and we are going into year 3 on the rain chain, which still performs its function beautifully. We had a little bit of winter damage on some of those perennial plants in this series of rain chain gardens, but again, they are beautiful, they are seasonal, they will begin to rise and do their thing and attract all those pollinators, which is of course essential in all of our gardens so that our vegetables and our fruits can be pollinated. Our insects need to eat as well. We have some beautiful perennial plants that are well established as a part of both entrances and exits to the entire garden, and one of those is this great Baptisia, and that's what is happening this week in the Backyard Farmer Garden. This week in the Backyard Farmer Garden, we're watching the end of our peas because it's getting pretty hot. You can see the beautiful blue flowers of the borage, which tastes a little bit like cucumber with a lot of fuzz. Our Twizzle Purple Penstemon, which is an All-America perennial selection, is absolutely fabulous. We have cabbage loopers after our cabbage, as do probably a lot of other people across the state. Our Swiss chard has grown to be monstrous big and quite beautiful. And our Artworks broccoli has actually headed out. You can see that it is also starting to send out its side shoots, which is one of the reasons it was bred, so that rather than having only one giant head of broccoli early in the season and then nothing, what you end up doing is being able to harvest those little tiny side shoots. We also have absolute gorgeousness going on because it's been so hot. Our irrigation system is working and our annual flowers are looking just beautiful. That's what's happening this week in the Backyard Farmer Garden.
This week in the Backyard Farmer Garden, we're enjoying a little bit of rain. For the past few weeks, all those storms that a lot of people across the state of Nebraska have been getting have been missing Lincoln. So we've been putting our new irrigation system to use, and we've been testing it out and making sure we are getting enough water on our gardens. As you can see, we actually have these little tuna cans sitting out and amongst all of our garden. We have those down, we're keeping them in place, and that is what we're using to actually figure out how much precipitation is going down on our garden. So we have our tuna cans down, we're measuring how much it is. We're seeing that about 1/3 of an inch, and we are running our system 4 times a week. So we're getting about an inch, just a hair over each week. We may have to adjust a little bit as our plants get bigger, but this is a way you can also track water and precipitation in your garden. So stop by the Backyard Farmer Garden this week and check out how we're measuring the precipitation in our garden. This week in the Backyard Farmer Garden, we're talking about what we're doing in the Backyard Farmer Garden when it comes to our Chow garden. So remember, Chow is choosing healthy our way, working with the SNAP Ed group and growing plants for food banks and pantries here in the East Campus area. We've been harvesting a little bit of our produce, our early chards, lettuces, those kinds of things that have gone off with Produce from the Heart. This week we start our big harvest. We have a whole bunch of stuff ready in our garden, but now we're asking all of the homeowners to bring their produce too. So on Tuesday nights from 5 to 7, you can come to the Backyard Farmer Garden, talk to master gardeners, bring your extra zucchinis, onions, peppers, tomatoes, whatever you have extra in your garden that you can't use, bring it here, they'll weigh it. Produce from the Heart will come pick it up on Tuesday nights, take it to the local food bank or pantry, and we will be helping to feed some of those people that really could use some of those fresh produce in our area. So stop by the Backyard Farmer Garden on Tuesdays from 5 to 7 with your extra produce.